This is not a kid-friendly show.
Alright guys, we're gonna get started with the next quest in the Menaphos quest series, Our Man in the North. So let's get started. We gotta talk to Hassan, talk about Our Man in the North. I have a task for you. Could you deliver a progress report to Emir Ali? I have matters to attend to here and I require his approval. Accept. Before you go, Osman wanted a book from the Grand Library. Remember, do us both a favor and find that before you head to Kharid. Alright, Grand Library it is. Go to the Grand Library. Guess I will talk to this librarian. Hi, can I help you? I'm looking for a book. Shh, this is the library. Speak quieter. No need to shout. Shh, shh. I'm looking for a book. I'm sure we'll have it. There are plenty here. A reliable source of the lineage of the Menaphite royalty. I'm afraid to say they were all burned, and the last chief librarian along with them. I can't help you by royal decree. Really? Do you know anyone that could? You would need to talk to someone outside of Menaphos. Look for Aristarchus in Polnevich. He's reputed to be something of an expert in the field and used to work here. If you need help getting there, talk to Kags, the ferryman in the Porch District. Before you go, however, you will need to authorize his passage into the city with the Guard Corps. Talk to Akhomed near the Grand Pyramid, although it may not be easy to convince her. Thank you so much. Keep your voice down before I change my mind and call the guards. Guess we'll talk to Akhomet real quick because she's right outside here. So that should not be a problem. Akhomet. Talk about Our Man in the North. Good day. Hello, Akhomet. I have a favor to ask of you. I need passage for someone to get into the city. You do realize the city's on lockdown, don't you? I've been to Sophonem and the plague is not contagious. Regardless, this man is a scholar and citizen of Menaphos, Aristarchus. If I'm honest, I've had my suspicions about the plague. We had been receiving communications from the High Priest in Sophonem, so it's encouraging to hear your cooperation. This Aristarchus, you say he's a scholar? What does he specialize in? Historical texts and bloodlines. You do realize it's a field of research explicitly forbidden by decree of the Pharaoh. I've been made aware of it, yes. Well, first and foremost, this fellow is a citizen of Menaphos and he deserves to return home. As for the field of study, I'm not sure I agree with the Pharaoh's restriction of information. But if this Aristarchus person doesn't outright tell me he is doing so, then I have no reason to believe he will break the royal decree. I'll send a message to the guards at the gate to let him in. If you're off to Polnevich, I would be careful, however. Turncoats and thugs from my old guard have gathered there, some of whom attempted to assassinate the Pharaoh. They claimed him a thrall to Meccan. Such nonsense. I do not follow what lies they have been told or tell themselves, but they are no less dangerous for it. I'll be sure to keep an eye out. Thanks for your help. Off to Polnevich. There he is. Aristarchus. Good day, sir. Are you interested in the history of the area? Talk about Our Man in the North. Hi, Aristarchus. I've been told you are something of an expert in the royal bloodline of Menaphos. Indubitably so. I have pledged my life in scientific service to this land and its people. Well, there are numerous epistemological limitations that prevent me from applying the scientific method in my tenure. It's just that the semblance sounds superior. I could use help finding a reliable source regarding the lineage of the throne of Menaphos. That would be truly impossible task for anyone less resourceful than I. I know of a sequestered stash within the library of Menaphos itself. Only catch is that we need to be inside Menaphos, and that's no trivial task. The current head librarian of Menaphos thought as such, and I got clearance for you to enter before I came here. Unbelievable, I can return home? You have no idea what you've done. This is brilliant news. Give me some time to get my things together. I'll meet you in the Grand Library. Oi, Ari, the lady has been getting me to tail you, and it finally paid off. You have any idea how boring your life is? What? Why have you been watching me? That's above my pay grade, but a pass to enter Menaphos, that's something we can make use of. I reckon I could make a great RE, but first, let's make the old one unrecognizable. You're making a mistake. Back away now. We can rough up both of you. No problem for me and the boys. Let's go, lads. Oh god, I gotta fight these thugs. Should be easy enough. Hit them with a detonate. Pop them all off. Oh, I barely did any damage. It's all good. To do. Oh, there he is in the Grand Library. Fantastic to see the traveler who got me into Menaphos. Although, let me tell you, the plague test at the gate wasn't pleasant in the slightest. Plague test? What plague test? I didn't have one of those when I arrived. Well, how fortunate for you. Anyway, I took the effort to procure you the book as soon as I could. Don't judge the source by its sleeve. There is a reason it has evaded incineration. Though, I've no doubt it will confuse a number of toddlers. The Awfully Hungry Hyena by Hal E. Gator and Rode a Camel? Seriously? Don't knock it. It's a children's classic. Just a single source is unlikely to hold up to scrutiny. Any good historian knows that how important it is to corroborate a story. It's a real shame there's no eyewitnesses or living sources from around the time you could talk to. Let's say the lingering spirit of the renowned pharaoh queen of old. Ha, if only historian research were so simple. I'd be out of a job. Simple enough. My liege, do you remember Large Gats? Was that the troublesome ox farmer or the captain of my guard? Neither of those, sir. They are the traveler who's been meddling in our affairs around the city. Oh, so what? What could they potentially do that could prove problematic to those picked by the gods? I have heard of our sources in the library that they have been searching for evidence of your claim to the throne. More importantly, they have been seeking to reunite the throne to the line of Senlitin. Ah, fools! Why would I care about that? Just as Senlitin's line was chosen by Tumekin, I too have received a blessing from the gods. I am the chosen ruler of Menaphos, and there is nothing some sniveling scrounger can do to affect that. But we should really No, you should stop. I have said all I shall on the subject. Speak no more of it. As you wish, my lord. What is it you wish to discuss? I'm doing something of a favor for Osmond. Oh? He hasn't got you spying for him, has he? Honestly, my father. Nothing like that. In fact, definitely not that. Menaphos opened its gates to Kharid. They want to set up a new trade and help cement the peace. The Emir sent me to keep Asan safe and assist whenever I could. He made a point that I wasn't to spy and risk this deal. Osmond didn't suggest anything different. All he wanted was information on the lineage of the old pharaohs. I found most of it, but it appears to be missing information. It appears information about Senlitin and Osmumten has been removed. I was hoping you might be able to fill in the gaps. So that's his plan? Why couldn't he have just told me? It's a risky plan, one with a high chance of failure. Perhaps he wishes to call you out of it, keep you safe. It's a huge risk. He could incite another war. He needs all the help he can get. Yet, even if he succeeds, it would only solve a symptom, not the cause. That's what we're doing. If he'd only listen to us. To me. Both issues are worthy of being rectified, and both must be resolved if the Kharidian desert is ever to fully heal. I'm sorry, I think I'm missing something. Why would this be a problem? He just asked for some public records. Although we have not explicit about it, I'm sure you must have picked up the truth here. That the curses in place do not affect those whom respect my bloodline. Specifically meaning those who work in its interests, such as you and I. Right, it's why we're both safe from the curses. We came here to restore Senlitin. More telling, protected by those who also share my bloodline, and those that show them the proper respect. Osmond and Leah are descendants? Good, you've been paying attention. It's why you suggested those showing Leela the proper respect would go far, yes? Perhaps, one day. But my father is rightfully next in the line of succession. Wait, so you are a princess? Perhaps by blood, but Senlitin's line was overthrown centuries ago. My father has got you delivering proof of our ancestry. If you were able to connect us with the Sentistan through official records, he could challenge the current pharaoh's rule. He's building towards a coup, and has you caught right in the middle of it. Though he would not risk raising suspicions in Menaphos if he did not already have something. Ah, why is it such a bad thing though? It is not. This is one of the ancient wrongs that should be righted. The line of kings should be restored, and Osmond is next in line. It's just very, very dangerous, and he's trying to achieve it alone. He's also going about it the wrong way. How do you mean? How is Osmond trying to overthrow the pharaoh a bad thing? Let me tell you another story so you might understand, this time from after my death. When I passed, my son Osmumten became pharaoh. He inherited a kingdom at war with the ancient enemy. He would often visit me here in my tomb of council. One time, Tumekin himself bid my son here to seek me out. This was the day that Tumekin laid down his own life to spare his people, thus bringing an end to the war. Osmumten was left to rule alone and rebuild. It was he who decreed the creation of both Menaphos and Sophonim as you know them today, to build a city where before only tents had stood, as a bastion against our lands that were rapidly turning into deserts. He toiled day and night, yet did not order others to follow his example, but follow him they did. His fortitude and will inspired his people to survive in the wake of our God's passing. His strength inspired them, a strength that persisted throughout his rule. What happened to him in the end? Others of our people did not respond so well to the loss of Tumekin. They blamed him for turning our lands into deserts. They did not recognize it at the cost of survival, for without his sacrifice, we would have lost everything regardless. They stopped worshipping him, questioned his past decisions, and began to question his authority. Their minds became infected with doubt and contempt. Ultimately, they began to question my son's right to rule, for he was one chosen of Tumekin and now the only physical embodiment of his rule. The might of Menaphos was loyal to him, however, so they dared not challenge him openly. They plotted in the dark, conspired against him, using trickery and subterfuge to wear down his resolve. Eventually, they struck, an assassin that had worked up through the ranks of his loyal guard. At least his death was swift. He was supplanted, the royal bloodline was deposed, and Menaphos has been ruled over by the descendants of that usurper ever since. Where are you going with this? What does all this history have to do with Osman? That there is more to the strength of a man and woman than is seen in the throes of war. That strength is not simply physical might, but also strength of will and character. And that deception and plotting are not traits that should be sought in a leader. Those are traits of our enemy, yet these are the methods Osman employs in his bid for power. Even if he succeeds in his goal, I fear for what that means for his rule. He is the line of kings, and as such, he should act like one and lead by example. You must investigate why the people of the desert have become so weak of mind and will. Are you really going to send me to see Jex and Finks again? No, by now you'd either learned our ways or you do not wish to. It matters not which. What you need to know, however, is something that Osman does not. 3 things, in fact. 1. That Leela and I fully suspect that Amaskat was behind my son's downfall as a means of corrupting the god Het, he being our pantheon's god of strength. 2. That I fear Osman himself is an extension of this plot. He is walking a dangerous path alone, and he must stop before it's too late. And finally, only once he has acknowledged these 2 points that I can tell him what he needs to make his claim. That being the name of my grandchild, who was smuggled out to safety as my son died. The ancestor whom he can draw back to such that he might prove his royalty. Please, try to talk to my father from this course of action. He does not listen to me, he might to you. Talk to Osman? I already given the book, now I need to report back to Emir. I have a report from Hassan on the current situation in Menaphos. I thank you, and I appreciate you going to the trouble of making sure it got to me safely. Now let us see. Who is this? Jabari. Intruder alert. I knew I would find you here, large cats. You've been digging around in matters well beyond your purview. Give me the book now. The book is already in its rightful owner, Jabari. Your influence has no sway here. Guards? How did you think it got in here? Your guards are no match for my magic. Now hand over the book or there will be consequences. This one. Behold the power of a mascot. Jabari, what's the meaning of this? I'll speak slowly so you'll understand. This matter concerns a kingdom far more important than your own. Hand over the book and you'll never need to worry about it again. Do you not know what the book means, Jabari? It's proof that I, Osman, is the rightful heir to the throne of Menaphos. Do you have any allegiance to your city and its people, or purely to the rogue usurper perched in its pyramid? Or are you so used to poisonous words influencing his actions that you want the power for yourself? Why, from what I heard of Osmumten's tomfoolery, any number of pretty faces could have granted their spawn the same claim to the throne as yours. Pharaoh is a title acquired by virtue alone. Your Kharidians could learn a thing or two about virtue. Maybe that could be the reason why your abhorrent hovel pales in comparison to the city of gleaming gold. Besides, I am royal, the only true ruler of the desert. Some shared blood and dusty scrolls couldn't matter less to me, spy master. Bloodline of Senlitin fell long ago, and the gods shall not be far behind them. As for my relationship with the pharaoh, don't pretend you don't have a similar situation with your emir, although I have no doubt you don't quite share everything. Hold your tongue, worm. Don't you dare. Do you not feel the emir deserves to hear our past collaborations? What's he referencing, Osmond? I have no idea, Emir. However, if he continues this, I suspect that it would be captured within the caverns of his skull for all eternity. Very well, Osmond, your secrets are safe with me. But not with me. Ever wondered how you were kidnapped so easily, Emir? Osmond provided me with a travel plan in exchange for witnesses' accounts of the flight of Osmumten's child. Osmond, is this true? So we're dragging each other through the swamp, are we? Not as good at covering your tracks as you think, Jabari. May not have proof, but I know it was you that killed Emir Shash. What? Killed the Emir? Killed Emir? I'm surprised you connected the dots. Unlike you, I am not afraid to get my hands dirty for my cause. Cannot believe that I'm hearing. Both of you shall be arrested immediately. Guards! Guards, I hope you have a lot. Grab Jabari now, large gats. Which one? All of them. Okay, where did this son of a bitch go? Oh, he's right there. He's right there. I see him. So you want to turn your roofs off because you see him up here. So how do you get up here? Forgot. Alright, I got it. I love this part of that one quest where you did all this rooftop stuff. That was awesome. I'm glad we're doing it again. There you are, Jabari. Found you. You're coming with me. So, you're the one who was sent after me, large gats, meddler. You think it make it so easy? Catch me if you can. Okay. I don't know which way he went, but I guess we'll just keep going and find out. I don't see him anywhere, so not entirely sure. To be honest with you. Oh, there he is. What will the Emir do with Osmond, I wonder? More importantly, what will Osmond do with his claim? Not even close. Oh, it turns out the next one's west of the lodestone. Go over here. And he's back here. Okay. Osmond will never be pharaoh. You understand. My lady won't allow it. You're getting warmer. Okay. By the way, if you need to know where to go, there is the blue squares on your mini-map, so go look for them there. Oh, there he is, Jabari. Not that it will matter once she's killed him. Wait, Alaska plans to kill Osmond? Kill Osmond? Ha, no, nothing so mundane. She has bigger tombs to trash, if you get my meaning. This was fun, but I grow bored. I wonder if that means, he wants to kill the pharaoh of Menaphos. Potentially. Sounds like it. Here he is, Jabari. Tell me, who's a mascot going after? You'll find out soon enough. For now, let's settle this. I'll await you at the duel arena. Okay, looks like I'm gonna get into a fight. Face me if you dare. Shouldn't be too hard, but I will stock up on food and potions, etc. as potentially needed. I don't know how tough this fight will be, but better safe than sorry, right? There he is, but I will not talk to him real quick because I want to stock up on some gear and such. Okay, now that I'm ready to get started, let's go kick this guy's ass. Oh look, here comes Alka's champion. You took your time. And here's a mascot's thrall, unless you're hiding behind yet another explosive illusion. Yes, it's the real me, but how dare you? I'm no thrall. I choose to follow her, in my own way. How could you be a willing follower? Well, I wouldn't go that far. She's a means to an end, to an outcome I desire. Doesn't matter, you're a schemer, a saboteur, and an assassin. You'll pay for your crimes. So it would be trial by combat. Oh, self-righteous one, so be it. You'll find I'm not such an easy target. I may not be a cold-blooded killer such as you, but I have my tricks. I've noticed. I have set the terms of our duel. Do you accept? And what are the terms those be? Just a simple one-on-one duel. I want a fair fight. None of your tricks. Sure. Thought you wanted a fair fight. This is fair. You just gotta find the real me first. Okay. Pot up. Attack this one. It's the only one that's light. Oh, figured it was that one. Alright, he's telling out again. Oh, fuck. Oh, the only one in a different stance. Yeah. That's simple. Nothing really, like, out of the ordinary or, like, nothing anyone can't figure out on their own. Okay, which one this time? Oh, they all have sparklies, except for this one. Simple enough. This would be a lot harder, to be honest, but this is actually really easy. Unless, like, just gonna ramp up the difficulty in a minute. We'll have to see. What is the difference? I don't know. Huh. Oh, too slow. What does that mean? Whoa. This guy's bigger than the rest. I'm gonna have to do the whole thing over again. Damn it. I don't know which one. Oh, I don't know how this one. Oh, 1v1 now? Guy, you're unsufferable. Why didn't my magic work on you? I could see right through you and your petty illusions, Jabari. You're finished. This is not the end. Not mine, anyway. Het? You are defeated. Accept your loss. The arena has chosen its champion. Oh, my goddess is a god. Het, how are you here? My lady corrupted you. You should be a decrepit, sickly mess. The underhand plots of spies and assassins is at an end. My mind is clear, my strength returns. The rule of Kharid once more falls to one strong of body and mind. Pharaoh shall hear of this. Clearly, large gats, you are an agent of Osman the usurper, a peon of the pantheon. Your hopes of peace are shattered. There will be war again. With my corruption lifted, his mind will be stronger than your snake-tongued used to. Besides, it would be your word against mine. The Pharaoh is just as likely to imprison you for trying to sabotage the deal. You make a fair point, in which case, I shall sick a mascot on you both instead. Until we meet again. Alright, I guess I talk to Het. You're Het. I am, and you are large gats. You know me? Look lively, nurses. We've got another head injury. Of course, my sisters, Cronus and Amekin, speak very highly of you. You have helped to heal many wounds in my family. I am honored that the mighty Het would fight by my side. No need, ladies. His damage appears more spiritual than physical. This job for the resident... God damn it. Once our brother Scabaros reveals himself, the bow of Tumekin shall be whole again. However, when that happens, I fear Amaskat's plan for us shall be also complete. When the time comes, I hope that you will stand with us against her. For now, I must take my leave. Where will you go? You start, there is a plague in the southern city of Sophonim I must deal with. After that, I shall meet with my sisters, and we shall search for Scabars together. Till then, farewell. I should probably check back with Emir Ali. I cannot believe what I'm hearing, Osman. You are supposed to be loyal to this emirate, not your own selfish desires. Do you not see, Amir? This is all for the good of Al-Kharid. As Pharaoh, I can cement the peace between our cities. There will be no more intrigue, no more threat of war, no more lack of trust. We can unite the entire Kharidian desert together. Yet to achieve this aim, you have betrayed this city. You have betrayed both me and my father. You speak of trust, but you have betrayed that too. Even if you were to remove all obstacles and become Pharaoh, how am I ever to trust you again? Would you send your spies into my midst? Of course not. I would never. I care greatly for your father. He was my friend first before being my Emir. I owed him everything. I owe Al-Kharid everything. And while I deeply regret my actions with Jabari, they were necessary. I had plans in place to cover all angles. Except that you didn't. My father died as a result. You would be ashamed of your action. The ends do not justify the means. Jabari shall pay for taking your father's life. I swear to you. I have no doubt, but so shall you. His blood is on your hands as much as on Jabari's. You are a traitor to the oaths you swore to him and to me. Amir, please, you have to see this for the greater good. It is taking all of my will right now to not have you executed where you stand, rightful pharaoh or not. But I listened well to my father's words. You shall not die for these actions. Thank you, Emir. I knew you would see reason. You misunderstand me, Osman. Your treasonous actions shall not go unpunished. You are hereby stripped of the rank of spymaster and exiled from Al-Kharid forthwith. Amir, no, don't do this. You need me. I will be pharaoh. No, I shall not hear it. Get out of my sight and this city. Should you ever set foot in Al-Kharid again, your life will be forfeit. I shall go. But I promise you this, Amir, whether you trust it or not, I shall continue to work towards lasting peace. Perhaps one day you might see it in your heart to forgive my action. Jabari! Where is he? There are so many decisions to be made, no matter. I am Pharaoh after all. But how still the day is. Nothing makes a sound. Or if it does, I cannot hear it. I am elevated above all simple strife and people's petty problems. Every man in the world envies me. Every man in this world envies me. I have been plucked from my mortal coil by the gods themselves. This realm is just an unfulfilling limbo to an eternity most high. The unyielding affection from my supplicants is the only thing I demand, and in return I do so much for them. But it seems even that which should come naturally is beyond their seal-limbed grasp. My ascent to godhood is inevitable. This throne is just a stepping stone to an even greater power. Therein my words will shake the very sand we stand upon. My worth will be undeniable to every worthless vessel in Gielinor. Guard, bring in the next beggar. Where is Jabari? Jabari! Alright, talk to this guy, I guess. Now that ugly business has been taken care of, what news you have of Jabari? Jabari is defeated, but he ran off before I could capture him. Be quiet, Kuchak. I had Jabari on the ropes, but he wouldn't accept his defeat and tried to attack me again, but Het appeared and interceded in our duel. Het? He was always a protector of Al-Kharid, but his presence has not been felt for many years. I was still young at the time, but now I think of it, he seemed to disappear not long before the war between Menaphos and Al-Kharid began. Our troops took it as an ill omen, and though the war itself was more just a series of stalemates, it did mark the decline of my father's rule. Het mentioned something about the exposure of underhand plots clearing his mind. I fear a mascot's involvement in this. Et's disappearance, my kidnapping, my father's death, Osman's corruption, this all leads back to the diamond, I have no doubt. Still, if Het showed himself to you, then perhaps things are not completely lost. Until a mascot is dealt with fully, anything could happen. Oh, quest complete. 1 quest point, a relic of Het, and 2 treasure hunter keys. Unfortunately, that seems like very weak quest rewards. Just a relic of Het, which I'm assuming you turned in for 5.5k rep in whatever faction you turned in. That's kind of mediocre. I mean, the quest wasn't that amazing. At the same time, the boss fight was kind of weak, but I assume the rewards would have been better. Oh well. Anyways, we got one more quest in the series of Menaphos, so stay tuned for that. If you liked the video, guys, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet, you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Promise to keep you up to date. And you can also stay tuned for the next episode in the series. I appreciate you watching. I am out. Peace.
Audio Jungle.